rules and controls without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Go from there with some choices.
Yo, what's up, pups? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Yo, what's up, pups? How's everybody doing? Yeah. Let's just pull this down. All right. Hola. What's up, Salty Dog? What's up, Mbalta? How you doing? What's up, Super Snake? Yeah. You see, there's life after all. I told you guys there's life. Remember when everybody was leaving the last few months? It was just crazy Jeets trashing PulseChain and Hex. And I was like, guys, I'm looking at the charts and I'm telling you there's life here. I told you guys. Otherwise, I would have been the first one to bail. I would have been like, guys, these are dead charts. I'm out of here, right? They're not dead charts, obviously. There you go. Some of us know what we're talking about, man. Men lie, women lie, charts don't lie. Charts don't lie. All right? There's life, obviously. Drumbo, what's happening? Zatu. May everyone's beef tartare be vibrant and your salmon's cooked to juicy perfection. All right, pup. So I got the doors open and windows because it was 80 degrees indoors, just brutal. And it's finally cooling down, so I'm trying to let some air in here. So it's a little chaotic. I know you guys can't see, but all like fucking everything's blowing around everywhere. But you guys got to let me know. I got this audio all set up now. I think it should be good, but give me some feedback, like if something's off or music's too loud, because I'm still learning. Like, and you know, I got a new board. Some of you guys that weren't here with the full crash. My mic. Oh. I guess I got this new board, right? Can you see it? Yeah. So it's like an old school. So I'm still kind of figuring it out. So you guys let me know if something sounds whack. But I think it's kind of dialed in. I mean, I miss the old mic, but you know what? That's what we got. So is what it is. Yeah, what's up, Zatu? How you doing? OG Josh, what's going on? Let's see what happens. What's up, Tam Tam? How are you? Long time no see. Cash, what's up? Good. What's up, Pulse Ray Vision? I left a John Summit vid to come hang and catch. You left a John Summit vid to come hang. Good stuff, man. Good. Audio's good, he says. What's up, Todd? What's up, T.S. Pedro? Finally here. Yep, hit the like, everybody. Hit the like. What do we got? 13 likes? Come on. We already have like over 1,000 people watching and only 13 likes. That's silly. Just silly. You want to pump your bags or what? Acid Thunder, what's going on, man? What's going on, Ruskino? How are you? What's up, Pulse Revision? Darker matter is building energy on the charts. But yeah, you know, when you go up, you come down a little bit. That's normal. See, we're dumping hard. Stop talking about green candles. Let them have their green candles, man. It's all good, bro. Enjoy it. Luke Thomas, the house. What's up? What's up, Acid Thunder? What's up, Mario Shaq? So listen, check 1 2 check. Mic sounds great. Is the music really loud? That's like my main thing right now that I don't know. Like, I love it, but is it loud for you guys, or I have no idea what you're hearing? I'll turn down a little bit, but let me know. I know these guys are paying. So here's the thing, man. You got to enjoy this, because a lot of this isn't like, sure, we're going to pump, we're going to pull back, blah, blah. We can talk about, you know, levels or whatever. No big deal. But, you know, a lot of this is just finally a lot of you realizing that it's not a dead chart. It's not a dead community. And that, you know, a lot of people in your feed were probably useless people, right? Like, I've unfollowed, muted, or not muted, but like blocked or gotten rid of like a lot of people the last few months. They're just nutsos, right? We went through all this, right? There was just people trashing Richard Hart and PulseChain and Hex for the last 6 months nonstop. It just didn't end. It didn't end. People flipped sides. People just fucking lost it, right? And the charts were not pointing to losing it. There's nothing in the charts. Like, it was low. It sucked. But everything was moving in the natural. And we still had people losing their minds. People told me TA is stupid. I'm like, look, man, I see this shit in my sleep. I literally TA while I'm in my dreams sometimes. And I'm telling you, these aren't dead charts, right? So, you know, enjoy this, because for a lot of you that stuck around, that have been through this, it's now you have clarity that, like, oh, see, we're here. We're alive, you know. And I think it was also Richard Hart giving you guys, you know, a lot too. So, I'm not letting any weirdos back in my feed. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm happy with what I did. I'm not really feeling pink right now. You know what it is? I want something different tonight. The voice gain is really good. Music is good. Background, what mic you're using. Good. So this is going through a mixer, so there's gain on the mixer. So I cranked it, right? So it's a lot hotter than that old mic. That old mic was like dying. I could never, it was always like, sometimes it was strong enough, sometimes it was just weak. I don't know. It was a road. This is a cheap mic. This is an old school I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. You know, I can look at it later, but it's cheaper than like a Shure 58. It's like a cheap dynamic, you know, mic, but it has like an on and off switch, which is kind of cool. And maybe it's like one of those old German names or something. TSV35 is what it says. What's that? It's so cheap it doesn't even have the brand on it. It's a Bayer Dynamic. It's a Bayer Dynamic V35. Yeah. It's a $50 mic. It's cheap. This is bear market. This is a bear market mic. All right. We get the bull run. We'll get a nice professional, you know, Joe Rogan mic. Right now we got the $50 music store mic. All right. I'd like to request some Iron. It's not even a Shure 58. It's just a V35. But it sounds good to the board, so that's what we got. So, oh yeah, I'm changing this fucking color. So yeah, I don't know. It still looks pink. Whatever. This should be your. You know, this is a good signal for a lot of people, a lot of believers, a lot of people that really understand what's going on. That, you know, this is a strong ecosystem. There's a lot of life here. You know, and I've been seeing this in the charts for a long time. Plus, we had bullish divergence for about a year and a half. Not a year and a half, but like literally 6 months. So we knew we were going to get some kind of fucking big move coming up. If so, but I'll pretty much take whatever questions you got. You can see what we pumped into my purple box. You know, I just put a line going back. We're kind of retesting where we broke down from. We could push up and keep going, sure. But we, you know, a pullback here could make a lot of sense. You know, you might get a 50% retrace, like down to like 0.001, or we could come back down here to this uptrending support, right? We can make our way down to this yellow line right there, right? Any of these are sensible places, but certainly right here in this wick range might be a place that you get like, I mean, this could push up one more time. I'm not doing counts on this, you know, but, you know, it could get something like this, right? Before we could make a move up, you could come down and retest this here, and before you make a move up, and, you know, we could just chop. But for me, I'm not worried about it. This could be the bottom. You know, we could make a higher low before we continue up. No big deal. But I think this is just a lot of proof that there's a plan here, and it's doing what it needs to do to get through this bear. All right. Market approves and we get ETH moving, we'll take off with the current state of PulseChain. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep DC $8 cost averaging. All right. That's what we've been doing. That's your friend. That's your good friend. Let's go look on X, see what's going on. Global bond markets are imploding. Why do I get this channel? You guys keep reposting this, Crypto Rover. I don't think I follow this guy, but I don't know if he's a scammer or legit, but he writes, global bond markets are imploding. US, Japan, France, and UK are all seeing their bond yields reach multi-decade highs. Okay. I don't think this guy understands what the word imploding means. He's a retard. I gotta block this guy. Please don't repost this shit. What do I do? I block him? Yeah. Just block this guy. He's an idiot. But bond markets are going up. Oh, this is prog news. We really get prog news. Police are looking for a guy who smashed a mirror in a toilet because the soap dispenser wouldn't dispense. People are getting impatient. Now, why would you do that? Duh. Imagine what he does to people when he gets upset. I think cameras are a good thing. 8 cases of people who ruin their lives with crypto. BTC rejected at 65.3. Let's see what happens. We'll look at BTC. Polish president with bulletproof umbrella for protection in Ukraine. Oh, that's interesting. A buzzard was ringing the church bell before the earthquake. God, that thing is loud. Whoa, that's freaky. Yeah, it was a big earthquake in Colombia. So just a note to everybody. Everybody watched. A lot of those buildings fall. It was really sad. They came down like cardboard, right? And yeah, a lot of people always ask me why I didn't go to Latin America. Look, man, I've traveled the world. I also come from construction. I can walk in buildings and I can see stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to settle in some of these countries. And this is a great example. Like, I could have been in Colombia. Who knows? Hell, Albania too. I've traveled through Albania, and I can tell you, there's some bad. I wouldn't want to be in Albania in an earthquake. There's a lot of places like you have to think about as we're heading into these crazy times. Oh yeah, there's a big eclipse tomorrow. Obviously, it times pretty well with a pullback. See what happens. It should be interesting. I'm going to do an update for you guys in the members group after this. And we will go through the charts and let you know what is going on. But my thesis from the last member stream last week is still intact. All right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me.
Oof, that's Harry Potter star Jessie Cave says she makes more on OnlyFans than from her entire acting career. Wow. I think she's missing the point. I don't know what these people are. I've never once been in my life been on OnlyFans. Wow. No way. 2018 XRP was 34. It's $1. Cardano XLM. Well, he's kind of cherry picking. It's also weird. All right, let's type in PulseChain. Let's see what's going on. See how many people are excited about all this pumpage going on. Here we go. So Eric Wall posted. I saw this one yesterday. PulseChain is the bellwether of retard money. The first signs of a crypto spring. Nice. I'll take that. That's funny. Is he still owed money? Is that what he's upset about? Let's come to. How will we know the cabal has stopped manipulating the ETH price? I would probably say you will know when I don't think it's ever going to be stopped being manipulated, to be honest. Yeah. I think the U.S. government, because it's run by the same entities that control the banking cartels at this point. If you haven't figured that out, I can't help you much. But I'm pretty sure they control everything now. All right, they're juicing the markets. They're lining up everything with their plans. Okay, nothing's organic, really. All right. Except like smaller things, like, people like us on the fringes, like PulseChain. There's an organic element still here, right? Let's go to latest PulseChain. Red Wolf says, rip PulseChain cores. Why? Why? I don't know, rip PulseChain cores. I don't know why people are so bullish about their own ecosystem on the chain, but then they hate the chain. Like, they'll hate the cores, they hate Hex, they hate all this stuff, but they love their token. It's like, dude, if the cores and Hex don't do well, your token's not going to do well either. I mean, certainly they must realize that, right? Most projects based on curvables, short lifespans. Okay. Nice. Yeah, man. Some nice pumps. Good stuff. Thank you, Pulse Ray Vision. Appreciate the repost. Eric's going to be the reverse oracle for us. No, I mean, in some way, I mean, it was kind of a compliment, like, yeah. From Eric, I think that was a good compliment, right? PDI's not asking for permission. That's good. PDI posts. These new informators are putting out there. Good stuff. Just don't include Decentralized Me guy. He started a fundraiser for a PulseChain marketing campaign and ended up running away with the money. Called him out multiple times. Is that true? Did he just run off with the money? Is that true? Man. You guys tell me. Because, I kind of distanced myself for a little bit there. So what happened with that? What's up, Mr. Abdul? Thank you, sir. Yeah, what happened with him? Because I did the whole thing with him. You lost the game playing on a centralized black box with no defined rules. What's this? Okay, I need a different vibe. What else we got? Let's go to this. What's this? Let's just put it on. Let's see what happens. 8:14. Everyone smash the like button, by the way. Just smash it, okay? I don't need to think about it. He says, of course it's true. He used the funds to buy cores, and the rest is he spent on vacations. Whoa. DCME is a scammer, same as 9iron. Is that true, pups? Did he buy cores himself and he spent the rest on vacation? Is that true? I really want to know because I was not keeping track. But yeah. Yeah, PulseX is going to be awesome, man. I'm really bullish on PulseX. Well, we can see what is going to run. I mean, you saw what were some of the best performers. X, Inc. Yeah, I mean, it should have been clear to you guys, what looks like it's going to be a good decision later on in the future, right? By what performed. All right. Sheesh. Bridge whale, 66.9 USDC bridged into PulseChain, a single transfer move from Ethereum, August 11th. Good. That's nice. Good stuff. All right, let's type in Hex. I want to see what people are saying. The most hated investment in the world, Hex. What are people saying? Why did I do that? Can you just take me to the top? Oh, top, okay. Latest, okay. Oh, Violet Hex. It's like the name of a girl. So what's the word on the DCME? What's his name? Y'all say. So is this true? Chat. What? Let's see what happens. Is saying that he bought cores and he ran off with the money. Yeah, is that true? Anybody have a rebuttal to that, or do we take that as gospel now? So when you type in Hex, you get a lot of stuff here. So Kurt Main says BlackRock could start making Hex ETFs. Interesting. Do I even need that? Bother me? Wow, guess this. I've dated several witches. Each and every one put a hex on me afterward. I went to Mage to try to lift the hexes. He said he couldn't. He asked why. He said it's because I soul bonded with all of them due to my sensitive nature charisma. And that gave them access to my spirit's innermost energy nexus, which means the only way to end the curse is by surrendering myself to a form of black Kabbalistic ego annihilation. 3 of them gave me chlamydia. Dude, you have serious life problems, bro. And it's not that you're even dating witches. Like, you have serious life projects. You're a warrior poet waging a Baudelairian jihad who got chlamydia 3 times. Dude, you got issues, bro. You only need to learn that lesson once. My guess is the Soy Boys again. We only need Maria and a Porta to no DCME and 9 iron. Maria's awesome. Maria's awesome. I think my thesis for Atropa is going to be right. I know that it's a hated one, just like the the stupid PDI token, but just like I was right about PDI in 2023, I think I'd be very, very right about Atropo going forward as well. Okay. I remember when I bought the stupid token, everyone said it was the dumbest thing you could possibly buy. And I said, no, I don't think so. And I'll tell you the same thing about Aporta. Maria, I know they have a lot of not fans, but I think it's going to be a brilliant move. What? Oh, okay. Let's do top for Hex. See, I'm trying to see if I if anyone in the industry is posting stuff that I don't recognize. That'd be cool. PDI, $2.
Richard Hart, yeah.
Richard Hart. I think he's a 33. I might be mistaken.
I should have his. If someone has his birthday, let me know. But
I've never met him in person, but I've listened to him talk before, and he also said crypto would go down in 2022. Yep. So it was basically me and him. So he has my respect for making. That's the thing. I don't know anything about the guy, but I know he made the right call, and he gets respect for that.
Yeah. He made the highest appreciating coin of the last cycle.
Good for him.
It went like a $1 turned to 10 G's.
Good for him.
It was really good. No, really good. The inflation's here now. Here there is some little stuff like Masonic sort of thing. Like the inflation on the coin is like 369, 3.69. Yeah.
369 is not.
But that's what people.
So Tesla was a very smart man, and 369 actually is like a hidden 33. So he's trying to. He basically put that out there to keep his name in the public. Same way Jesus Christ died at 33. The number is more important than the man.
Right.
So it's the numbers that are around him that keeping his message and his name alive. And he was smart enough to know that, so he should get credit.
So here's his birthday, October 9th, 1979.
October 9th, 1979? Yeah. Oh, so he's a 9. Interesting. One thing I will give Nines credit for is they're really good at crypto. Nines have made a lot of money in crypto, especially Bitcoin.
Good stuff.
Hex and PulseChain. Hex updates. I am MegaRect Hex and PulseChain holder. Please give me updates. Okay. So Matt, for you, this is gonna be perfect. I think this is the product for you. You go to new chat, Hex updates. Let's see what it says. So guys, let's see. Fellow Hexagon, the purple chain. Why it's purple? It's really the purple chain? Okay, maybe it's purple. Guys, it's finally showing some life after the long grind. See, this is what I mean. You get good positivity here because it reads that you are bull posting and it loves you. It loves you for that. Here's the live picture of a MegaRect Hex plus PulseChain bag holder. There you go. Look. Hex plus 12, plus 83, plus 134 in the last 30 days. The problem, guys, is if you're down 99% from $100 to $1, even if you go up 130%, you're still at like 2. Okay, you're still. I mean, see, this is the problem. Hex is still 99.8% down from all-time high. Good, but the recent. Good. But the recent bounce has been the strongest move in the ecosystem. Thin liquidity is helping it move faster than the rest of the cores. Exactly. Somi is here trying to shill it. Okay, good. Peplord. We have Peplord here. Dips are for buying. Okay. Man, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. But see, I mean, now you guys are eating. You guys are eating a bit. Make some noise in the comment section. Your friends, Somi, PulseChain, rising tide lifts all friends. There you go. Hex leadership. See, you can Circle J here together with the AI. You can find your fellow Circle Jers. Hex updates.
It's very funny. You guys are interesting. First peg confirmed. Ikoza hit parity with E Ikoza. Cool, man. Cool. Good here. Okay, not that much hex is in the pools. That's cool. Right on, man. Good, man. Tons of really great hex stuff, over the last week. It's been pretty awesome. Money Gang, XOGs. Do not start bragging about your yield like it's free and limited. Piggy bank when you bought in day one or whatever. It'll be the death of the product. Nothing works. Okay. There should be a channel bouncing off the blue line. Good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Richard Hart said in 2023, I have extremely bad news for you. Hex is never going away, ever. It launched completely decentralized 1,434 days ago. It can't be shut off by anyone ever. Sorry for your loss, haters, but wait, there's more. Hex's price on Ethereum is still up 15,000% since January 5th, 2020. You think I'm done? I'm not. If you staked for a single day called Big Payday, you got 33% more coins. Okay, well, I don't know. There's more. When PulseChain launched, everyone got a free valueless copy of all their coins on Ethereum. The free Hex copy you got on PulseChain is now worth more than Hex on ETH. I don't know. I think this aged like milk, to be honest. That value generation doesn't come from more coins, unfortunately. Every country in time has tried to make more money. It doesn't work. That's not how you create value. A bunch. Dude. Cool. Where was the price chart here? Oh, shit. Yeah, we came all the way back to here. Yeah, that's exactly what I had in my charts. We can go look at that in a minute. What's this? And then Trayvon is back. Cool, man. I really want to see if he's face when we get in. Ivan will be roasted. Nah, I don't know. I wouldn't think like that. You got to remember that if Hex is doing those kind of numbers, whatever he's in is also up as well, right? Like he's got his own calls, Like he's a smart guy. He literally makes content on a private jet sometimes. I mean, so he knows what he's doing. I'm not the most culty guy. I know everyone likes to rag on people and all that shit, but yeah, let's go. Oh, Max, what's going on?
You see Hex getting sold and bought, and so there's some pretty fun memes and pretty fun.
How thin is the liquidity on Hex right now? Is this real? Do people really wear that? It can't be real. Nobody wears that shit. What the fuck? That's pretty funny. In case you guys want to look, I know you guys are trying to figure it out. I'll leave that on there for a second. The mouse froze. Sorry. Could you explain how EXPX parity is achieved and more importantly maintained? I get the arbitraging. Fake that. Okay. This is a good one for chat to chime in as well. Look, first question is this. Why do you think parity... well, I guess you're asking how it could be achieved and maintained. Look, first of all, that may not be a goal. it doesn't really make sense to do that. At least not in a way I can think of. I know some people have said, what was it? Maria said there needs to be parity because it helps something about the chain. I don't think so. I think that them having different prices all the time is actually smart. But let me know your thoughts. And for them to maintain it, that could be done through like buy and sell walls and liquidity for each one. But somebody would have to be determined to want that, like for a particular reason. I'm sure there's a ton of other technical ways to do it, maybe through different protocols that create like value arbitrages and stuff like that. But just passively, it can be done as well. But at the end of the day, demand is going to be the biggest driver. I mean, you'd have to have both. I don't know why somebody would want to go through the trouble to do that, though. Like, I don't know what the benefit would be. I know some people talk about this EX, PX parity, but, in markets, having that differential is always good, It's a good thing to have. It gives market makers another level to play with, right, which is always good. You can see, like, how it worked this time, right? Like, played off, and it gave other people an opportunity to have volatility in a market, right? It created a market, right? So there's a lot of benefits there. People are over here now. They get to speculate. That speculation is profit for someone, and it's part of someone's P&L, right? And so that drives demand for people to want to be here. Those type of speculative differentials are really key to creating, a strong market for people to come play on. You need that. I don't know what the benefit would be to bring them to parity and why the effort would be put in. The effort being put to keep them, at a differential actually makes the most sense, and it just creates more opportunities, right, for you to play, which seems to be what Richard Hart is creating. Otherwise, he would never have made even a pump fund, right, or what have you. So he's showing also the market that, hey, I'm creating a playground here for you to come speculate on. You can come. Not only that, but you can speculate which hex is going to be stronger or weaker. PX, EX. You've got, are these stable coins really going to peg? There's so many things to speculate on these memes, and I think that's a positive thing. Okay, Maria. Oh, that's right. He was Maria. Yeah, so Maria did talk about that, and I don't remember if they gave a reason. If they did, then maybe it's something we can consider, because they kind of one of the smart people in the room. Maria, it builds confidence in the asset. That was Maria's opinion about that. Parity within 10%. 10% maybe. That's a big one, depending on how big the asset gets, right? So 10% could be good, and that's fine. That's enough for that differential that I'm talking about, right? But to get them within 1%, it doesn't make sense. Let's say you consider 1% range parity, right? But 10%, yeah, I agree with that. We'll see parity 10%. Yeah, that's a big fluctuation. Gives people opportunities. That's huge, 10%. Imagine if there's two Bitcoins. One's at 69K and one's at 63K. That's huge. It's a huge market just in that arbitrage right there. To say that it builds confidence, I'd be curious to know the details of that comment and maybe the context, but understand that confidence in an asset comes from consistent growth year over year. Okay, so even if there's drawdowns, there's always recovery. Like, confidence in Bitcoin comes because every 4 years it seems to put in a higher high. It just seems to come back no matter what it gets hit with. Okay, that's all you need to build confidence in an asset, or that it's very stable. For example, a stable coin gets confidence when what? It's just stable, right? So you can have this value differential between EX and PX, and it could be dramatic. It could be 10%, maybe 15%, maybe 20%. But as long as the value increases over time, even if it's slow, that's enough. Even a slow increase, right? And you can have dramatic volatility. So far, we haven't seen it because literally we missed a cycle. So there's no confidence. But it may be the reason why it could be the best time to invest, because it's so oversold, because there is no confidence in X, right? Because it didn't come back after 4 years the way Bitcoin did. It didn't do what it was promised, right? So the speculation is that now's the best time to buy it, and that it'll recover dramatically, and in the future there will be confidence in the asset. So your hex could be worth a lot. That's the play, right? What's up, Crypto Ape? Okay, there's more. Ironclad just also put, it can be better if either asset has a chance of leading at future points. Otherwise, it's better to kill off the asset that would always trail at lower price, in my opinion. Interesting. So Maria said that? Maria says it'd be better to kill off the asset that would always trail at a low price, in my opinion. I don't know. What am I missing here? Why would they say that? It doesn't even make sense, because there could be different times when there could be a time we get to where EX outperforms PX. Maybe. I mean, I'm just completely speculating. Who knows? And then PX is trailing. Do we kill PX? I mean, it can be better if either asset has a chance of leading at future points. I mean, I understand what they're saying. There could be a lot more they're juggling in terms of anticipating in the future, but I think having both is just fine and creates a lot of opportunities for speculation and people like that. People like that. But I also understand what they're saying as well. But it's almost too EX, PX. I mean, how would you kill EX anyway? Like, Richard Hart already killed it, right? Like, let's say EX is trailing. Like, how would you kill it? That's like the better question right now. Okay, let's say that Maria's right with what they're saying, which we're going off this comment right here that Ironclad has about. Like, it's always better to kill off the asset that would always trail at a lower price, in my opinion. So let's say EX is always behind. It's some ratio. It's like a range that it always goes in, right? Maybe it gets close to parity within a few percent, then it always swings back in like dramatic fashion. Well, how would you kill it? How would you kill it? Right? And in the process of killing it could actually hurt the brand more. Like, it actually doing what it's doing now, I mean, this is in my opinion, like, of course, I think what it's doing right now is helping the brand of Hex. The fact that it can't be killed. The fact that it just, EHEX just fucking dramatic fashion outperformed PHEX and everything, right? I think it was the biggest performer. We can go look at the chart. But I think it was the biggest mover, which we talked about, that it's the most oversold, you know. If you're going to play the game, you got to consider that might be your biggest mover. All right? It's dramatic, man. It's beautiful. Right. EX and PDI hit 1-to-1, I think, yesterday. Oh, did they? That's interesting, isn't it? Guys, there may be a lot more to the story than we realize. Like, you know, for all we know, maybe Maria Rahel's on the market making, right? We don't know. We don't know. No one's ever figured out like how connected they are. A lot of people think that RH is just RH. I don't know, man. That Maria's just this random person making random stuff. Maybe. But I doubt it. And you can only assume that maybe they could be part of the market making process, right? So we can't take everything they're saying as like gospel, right? Just like when RH wanted to kill EX, he's part of the market making. He is the market making team, and you know, he had to do what he had to say what he has to say. That's why I just believe partly what he does. I don't believe anything he says, because I think that's part of the game, and he knows that smart people are looking at the charts, they're looking at liquidity, they're looking at important factors, time, cycles, having just pure belief, and they're doing what needs to be done, like buying assets when they're down low. By the way, we're still down low. You didn't miss anything. I know some people are crying that you missed the bottom. Dude, this is the bottom. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to crush the chart for you guys. This is the bottom. You're still at the bottom. All right? Don't get caught up in too much of that. Like, oh, I missed the bottom. You didn't miss the bottom, bro. Look. We are here. Like, you know those things where they're like showing the universe and like, you are here. We're here, bro. See, you're here. If you buy even right now at the top of this big pump, you're buying the bottom. Okay. I'll tell people in the future you bought the bottom. Trust me, you're doing great. If you're paying attention right now, you're DCing, you're doing great. I'm gonna expand it again so you guys get perspective. That's how you get perspective, man. You get perspective. Oh, there we go. Open it back up. Trust me, you're buying the bottom. Some of you guys are on log chart, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong. I'm never gonna shit on you losing, but you don't really have the clarity about like what you're looking at when you do that, right? But most of you guys should be using this, okay? Because it gives you perspective, so you understand that, dude. You're at the bottom. Okay, you're buying the bottom, and can always go lower. You guys have been here in crypto long enough to know that, right? As soon as we're like, can't go lower, it goes lower. Look, man, I had downside targets on this chart since 2023, 2024. We wicked almost to the last one. If we had gone one more, I was out of downside. I just couldn't have drawn any lower on the chart. We literally hit. We busted through everything, bro. My God, we went through everything. But yeah, man, this is a great place. In the future, your future self will thank you. I do think these assets will do really good. All right. And there's more to the story. Look, if let me go back to this one. So if EX and PDI hit some kind of parity, there's got to be more to this story. This idea that we're going to get rid of it. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a big piece of this puzzle we don't know yet, right? I think these guys got a lot of interesting surprises coming for us. What if I hit this button?
Game over.
Did you guys hear that? Does that show up in the stream? I have to reprogram some of this stuff, but I got it. This is cool stuff.
3 hours later.
What's this?
1 pair of pants.
All right. Ink for the win. There's always going to be a bid on hexes. Just the ratios would shift because of whales, but you could never kill it because of the liquidity bonding being thick while also being the biggest on the bridge. Yep. Yeah, I think it'd be dumb to put any effort to kill it. I think I would do the opposite of what Maria's saying. I would stay bullish on it. Cookie's like, we know nothing. I think that's good. I think that's like one of the best lessons that you could have, like what Cookie just said, we know nothing, and just assume that your favorite KOL knows nothing too. And then what you're left to do is what? DCA shit that's oversold, which is what you should be doing, not financial advice. Why? Because your favorite KOL knows nothing. I know nothing. Cookie knows nothing. We don't know anything. Dude, you'll be the happiest. You'll be the happiest. That's why I don't get caught up in too much fucking stuff. I prioritize my happiness and my sanity. And I just try to buy the shit that's busted, man, when we're down low, man. It's always paid off well for me, right? And that's where we are now. You're like I said, you're at the bottom. You crush this, get some perspective. You're at the bottom. It's the bottom, bro. You're buying the bottom. You bought it today, last week, last month. You bought the bottom. Congratulations. All right. You're doing great. You're doing great. Cookie's like, no, you missed the bottom. No, this is the bottom. Ink for the Win says, loving the goatee wolf. Do you? You liking the goatee? Do I keep the goatee? Is that the thing? Gotta show some skin. Gotta show my razor sharp edges. Manitox says, thanks for saying. Super Snake says, in my opinion, the opportunity right in front of us can and will change your life for the better. Just get out of the way and let the master chef cook. Folks, RH Cores, Tropa Eco, AI will mint millionaires. Yeah, brother. I'm with you on that. Smash the like button, everybody. This is not what we expect from you guys. It's ridiculous. Cookie says, is going down at the moment. If you miss the pullback, go ahead. Yeah, we're going to get pulled back. Let's talk about where it could go, right? Crypto Jack says, if Hex hits $1, $5 can imagine what Ink Token would do. If Hex hits $1, $1 to $5. Okay. If Hex hits $1 to $5, I can imagine what Ink token would do. Yeah. I'm with you on that, brother. Triple digits. Easy triple digits, right? Yes, game over. Nice. It's Gary said, this graph says pump the volume on that sound effects. Okay, volume up on these little sound effects. Okay. Let me see. Can I do it here? Ah, okay. So I hit that button. Okay. Good to know for the future. Down 18%, 10 minutes. PX is in free fall. Bro. I'm on EX chart. PX is in free fall. Okay. You guys chill, bro. It's in free fall. Dude, look, here's the pump, man. Look at the RSI. Look at this move. Okay, it's gonna dump. Okay, I mean, it's gonna dump pretty hard. Right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what we got here. It's in free fall. It's not in free fall. Chill out. You guys haven't. You want to see free fall? Look at the Luna chart. Free fall. Hex already pull back on the EHEX chart. That's free fall. Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. This last pump up was pretty forced here. Look, it got up to, this is a kill zone up here. Be expected. Okay, let's just draw this out. So the way I would just look at this is that, like, you're going to pull back to this line. And the top of this purple box down here is a ton, where this red line is right here. It's a ton of support, 0.0013. Okay. That looks like probably like a 236 pullback. And then for a big bounce, I mean, look, you could hold up here too at this yellow line. I don't know what the market maker has in mind right here. If we go to the weekly, no, we need to go to the daily hand. So, this high came up here with a lower high on the RSI. The momentum was fading. It was a pretty big pump, as you saw on the weekly. I think a pullback could be in order here, and makes a lot of sense. Plus, you came up to areas of really, really important resistance. I'm going to show you an example. This is what I did in my private members group, for example. If you think about it like this, you broke out of this range, okay, where this purple box is. You came up. It looks just like the spider, the SPX equity chart right now, right? They pulled up, really outreach. Now they're coming back to retest where they broke out from. And see this circle here, this range over here. You're coming back to retest. You retested that area perfectly. So technically, you'd probably expect a bounce. I mean, it could slice through, which would be great. But I don't mind if it pulls back. Shows us what it's made of right now. Now we're going to find out what it's all about. Was this just a type of retest with just the fact that we're so oversold, and then liquidity was thin, or is this genuinely trying to make a break? And then we'll find out. You might get something like this. Come back up, right? You got inverse head and shoulders here. You got cup and handle. There's a ton of, you're just looking for these kind of bullish formations that start to form. All right, there's a lot of ways to look at this, right? I mean, you could come, oops, don't do that. You could come all the way back down here, right? Hit the top of this box I have down here, or hit this uptrend right here. Either one of these are higher lows, and these are all great, right? Whether you get something like this, and you can start moving back up again, or it comes down. And personally, I would buy the dip, because momentum looks like it's shifting. We've had bullish divergence for a long time on this chart, right? We've been tracking that for a long time. We saw it on EHEX. Remember, I know that there's a private members group, so some of you guys are in there, but I talked so much about the fact that all of PulseChain is showing bullish divergence and is ready to go. Like as soon as it gets a signal, it's going to go. We talked about this for so long that it's all been showing a lot of these similar patterns. Now, I wouldn't say this is like full textbook bullish divergence, but it's certainly strength. Okay, you're seeing definitely strength compared to how low the price is going in the RSI as we come here. You can see this was falling pretty hard. RSI was getting pretty stable. You saw bullishness coming here. This is the, so much of what we talked about over the last few months, right? This was not you didn't have to be in the private members to see this. This was like, everyone was talking about all this, right? And a lot of PulseChain has been doing this. A lot, right? Price was going down hard. Momentum was picking up in the RSI. We saw that, right? And this was a beautiful capitulation wick down here. And if you got this 0007, I mean, this was an awesome spot right there, right? But anywhere you DCA'd, even now, you're doing great. You're doing great, right? So this was, I mean, we were kind of expecting this for a long time. And we talked so much too. I think we just thought we'd get it a little sooner, like July, right? We had our fingers crossed. We're like going in the summer, beginning of July, we're going to get it. And we got it first week of August. A little later than expected, but we got it. All right. Something like this is not, it needs to pull back. Okay. It just needs to, the market needs to suss some stuff out, right? This is kind of ridiculous. And not sustainable at all. Just have, needs to do this. Structure is important. Because a lot of people still want to exit, and you need to give people, you have to understand no one knows the future, right? Maybe this is all a scam. So we need those people to go like, cool, man, it pumped, I got a little bit money, I'm out. Maybe it pulls back and some people just continue selling, they exit, and they want to go to Solana or they want to go to Robinhood. And it's important to let them out and go, right? Maybe they're right. Maybe this ends up being the biggest scam of a lifetime and they make all their money in Robinhood. I don't know. I don't know the future, right? But then it gives other people an opportunity to say like, cool, it's going to pull back. I got a higher low. That's a good sign for me. Okay, I like that. I like that I'm seeing this higher low down here. I'm more convicted. While someone else is selling, I'm going to DCA and I'm going to buy a little more. Okay, because St. Wolf said that anything in this area is bottom, and it is. Okay, you didn't miss anything, so you buy more. So you have to give the market and people and the players the opportunity to have this dance of like, some people are like, fuck, I got a 4X, I'm out of here, bro. Or some people to say like, this is good, I'm going to buy more, right? And then that's good. Because what's going to happen is if and why Richard Hart plays, or why a good market maker would play like this, is like, you want to give the opportunity for weak hands to just get out completely. Okay? That's what's going to give this a rise. For example, you want a historic rise on this. You want, for example, why XRP is talked about like infinitum, right? Look at this rise. We've talked so much about this chart, right? We beat it to death, right? I've shown you guys so much. And I think there's still a lot to learn from this chart. I can always go back to it, but XRP, how do you get a rise like this? This is what you get when all the weak hands are out. Now, it's not even weak hands. It's just people that are like, I want to go to another chain or do something else. Fine. When you get them all out, you can get these kind of moves, because now the people in it are like those people that like some of us crazy people who are like, all right, pulls back, I'm going to DCA more. We're not the people that are going to sell on 100x or 1000x. We might start taking profits at 5000x, right? And that's how you get a chart like this. Look at this. This is years, and at the time it was insanity for people, right? But then the people that held on got to enjoy that. Look at those candles. Look at that. I can't even fit it on the screen, man. So you have to do this. You got to give people opportunities to change hands, so that you end up only with these like badass holders, right? Who are like, I'm in this for life. And that's what XRP has. It's like lifers, dude. It's still possibly has more people making content about XRP than BTC. Even today, maybe. That's how diehard of people it has in it, man. All right. And I think that we're going to have a similar situation, right? If this is all played right. And we let those people leave, and we let the people that are really passionate get a little more. you end up with something like you see on XRP. All right, you can actually do this. But if you just start moving like that, you know, there's tons of people that still want out. Okay, I would say there's probably still a few more of these levels up here that we need to just dance with, play with, and pull back from to let them go. I mean, the last 6 months were nasty. I mean, we saw people that were like supposedly bulls or that were like, you know, passionate about Richard Hart show their true faces. Like we just saw, and you think those people are going to just take profits? No, they're going to like a revenge trade, bro. They're going to like look for, they're like angry, frustrated people that just want to attack. You gotta let those people out. You gotta let those people out. Otherwise, we ain't ever gonna get this, right? They're like pissed for life, and they just want like revenge or some shit. They're crazy, dude. You gotta let them out. You gotta let them out. In a way, you should counter trade Maria because it has also a huge whale you're piping against. Because he's also a huge whale you're piping and pumping against. PV playing against. Yeah. 100%. So yeah, we got to take what Maria says also and think about it in a smart way too. Lost the Pulse says, Wolf, how do you envision our season taking place in the future? Well, I said that we could get a thing this summer, you know, because we're so oversold. So we kind of got that. Our season, I think, would be a situation because I think a lot of crypto is going to be more selective than people realize. I mean, I think it's going to do well, but I don't think it's going to be like it was where you just buy whatever you want and it goes up. I think the real gains are going to come from communities like ours, and that'll be our season. Because, for example, when a lot of other things in crypto could be pulling back, RH could be really pumping ours. Okay, like when we get into a more heated range of the bull run, right? There's still no like retail anybody here, right? Like imagine that, like a lot of stuff has to pull back considerably, but we can just actually blast through, which kind of creates a scenario where we're on our own bubble. We're on our own season, no matter what, for a time, right? And that's kind of how I see it playing out. Because, you know, you can't just right now, at least, you know, maybe if we had... If you pump something too much during a time when other people are in duress, inevitably a lot of people will sell anyway out of fear, and a lot of people have losses in other places that you're not thinking about, right? So you know, they can't afford their house bill, so now they have to sell, even though we're pumping, and you think people would hold, but they can't because they got to cover other losses and stuff. So you can't just randomly start moving when other things are going to shit. So I think maybe more of a circumstance where you know, we're moving in a fashion of strength that other chains are like what the fuck is going on over there? Kind of thing. You know, so even at times when they're pulling back or it's like a mid-season situation, we still just show unbelievable strength and power. That might be something it is. But in the future, we could absolutely have our own seasons. But, you know, we may need, you know, a decentralized stablecoin possibly or multiple ones or other things that we would need to do it. I'm very bullish on ProveX, by the way. We need to go look at that. We will know nothing and be happy. Yeah. Wouldn't our eco be worth in the trillions of market cap if Hex got to $5? We would be in the billions of available tokens, because the truth is the market cap would reflect trillions, but it wouldn't be really accurate because of the way Hex is set up. Does that make sense? And the fact that the value is only there because most of it is unusable. I hope that's the case, actually, because if it ever was, then we'd be in a lot of trouble. Chill, bro. Acid Thunder still up 300%. Chill, bro. These guys are full panic mode. Johnny KS already clipped 100K an hour ago. What do you mean clipped 100K an hour ago? He's up that much from like 2020 or something still that he could clip 6 figures out? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying he's such a good trader that he bought 25K worth in this box at the bottom and he sold on a Forex? What do you think? What do you think's going on there? I'm curious. Serious question. Emery says, people tripping about this small dip shows how weak mentally people are in the game. I guess. Yeah, they're emotional. People are emotional. I mean, that's part of crypto, right? I mean, that's part of. I think to be honest, like it's kind of what makes crypto fun sometimes. Like it's a little emotional, or people get emotional, and that's cool. That's fun. But yeah, they freak out. They freak out pretty easily. Balta says aim for the win. I'd be bullish if we dumped. If we dumped, gives RH more time to buy cheaper units. Yeah, maybe. Put on your parachutes. Wow, it's very interesting looking at it inverted. Yeah. Look at everything inverted, bro. Dips are healthy. We don't want a rocket ship. We want nice, beautiful stars. Yeah. What's up, Crossfire? Indicators need resetting for sure after the pump. Yeah, 100%. Same with Fission Soda said top is in for PulseChain. Oh, yeah? What else did he say? Well, who's in my private group? Because you guys are getting a lot more information there. Because I gave you guys like a 2-hour video last week, and I packed it with my thesis. And I think I'm going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be right. And I told you guys that too, because my thesis is pretty crazy. It's pretty out there. And I did preface that I'm really, really out there with my thesis. It really is. And it's the first time I had to tell you guys, probably don't do what I'm telling you I'm doing right now. But yeah, so definitely click join down below if you want to hear that, because obviously we're going to do a members video soon, and we'll go back over that thesis, and we'll go through all the altcoins as well. What else so to say? Well, what's up, everybody? What's going on, John Green? By the way, I love your shows, bro. Always super chill to watch. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Wrap it unbox. Do you think ICP is in the oversold boat? ICP, let's go look. I don't. ICP is like a huge cult following, and I don't fully understand it, but it does, right? Oh my, is this right? Is this what it looks like? So we gotta go log here for a second. Let's see what's up. This is do I think ICP is in the oversold? Now it's tough to say, with crypto, especially like I haven't been following this at all. I don't know what's going on over here, but let's take a look at the chart. Like I'll be not honest, I have not been following ICP, and I have not done any TA on this, so I'm now looking at this for the first time. So, I guess anything's possible. I mean, my first instinct is that I don't like this chart. It's not something I would be curious about if I saw the chart. But I know there is a huge cult following around ICP, so, there could be something to it. Let's just go to the 3-day. Okay, let's look at let's look at this. I mean, it's not technically oversold, but it is oversold. Do you know what I mean? I would consider it oversold. And if it's something where you're like trying to get your money back from, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Like, are you trying to get your money back? Or are you just genuinely, like I'm saying, noticing that there's a big cult here and you're seeing if there's opportunity? I don't know which one of those you are, but I would say that if you're underwater and you paid, what's this, 2022, and you bought it for $20, just chill and focus on other things. Let me turn this off, and I want to see actually this. This is crazy. The structure here. It's ridiculous. I would focus on other things. I suppose the momentum's picking up, but I guess it's been so destroyed that it could make sense. you know, it's a similar situation with Hex or a lot of these things too. They were so destroyed that a big, strong, heated rally was meant to be. If you think about it, like, this crash didn't even matter that much. And then we're back here, and this doesn't look good at all. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend to know what's going on here because I feel like this some weird KOLs are in this shit that I've seen talk about it. It looks awful, like just yeah. And I've lost a lot of money in crypto, so I mean, I feel you, man. If that's your situation, I would just let your money ride, see if it comes back, and focus on other things. But this could be the bottom, right? We could get a last, could come out of here, pop, drop, match that wick, and it could be off the races, man, right? Oop. So it could be also the opportunity. But at that point, why not buy Ink token or PulseChain or Atropa? You know, why get involved in stuff like this? ICP, Internet Computer. I think it's a scam token, like a lot of things, right? Like I think it's just one of those elite, really well marketed. Yeah, but it's tough to say. I think this is going to be more cycle based, but I mean, this looks pretty destroyed. I mean, of course, it could come back, like I said, hit this wick and bounce and go up. If that's the timing of us starting the bull run coming into the fall. It could be a little further, but you get my point, right? You get my point. Okay, something like this, whatever. And God. Yeah. You think it's only up from here along with the capitulation? Are you talking about ICP, Crypto Crossfire? Or are you talking about just general? ICP, you thought PulseChain was bad. ICP was pretty bad, man. This is pretty bad. All right, let's go back. Look at, yeah, it's definitely oversold. I don't know if it's oversold. It may be just a situation where it could be an opportunity here. What was the low? Low was $1. It's at $2. Jesus. Yeah. But yeah. Pretty crazy stuff, man. Crypto's crazy. Okay, Ink for the win. He sold some of his Hex bag. He owns 68 million PHEX and 200 million EHEX. I'm just saying he shits on people who sell Hex. Okay. I don't know that much about him. So he has a lot, huh? And he sold 100,000 Hex, or he made 100,000 just selling Hex. God, he has a lot of Hex, huh? Holy shit. Holy shit. He clipped 100K an hour ago. Wait, he's that rich? God damn. What do I think of Dogecoin? You want to look at Dogecoin? Yeah, that's kind of a good bellwether. Let's look at Doge. So, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. I haven't looked at this in a second. I think we were playing around with this one. Okay. And let me answer a few of these, and I'm going to come right back. I'll leave that up for a second. I think we were playing with this in the private members a little bit, or somewhere. I don't remember where, but we'll look at it. Afternoon, what's up? It's academia. We'll look at Dogecoin. Funny how the Iran shit shows virtually no effect in the markets after all the back and forth blockade on and off, PST on and off. Now the regime wants money, compensation for the bombing damage. Nice. Markets are getting better at sniffing out narrative BS. I would wait. In ICP already tested low 3 times and looks like it'll break down further. Yeah, that was my advice, man. Just hold it. If you're upside down, just hold it. You don't got to do much. Let's see what happens. All right, and then focus on other shit, and just hold it. It amazes me how people still follow the original OGs and Hex. They all made their own coins. Lameo, like who made their own coins? Farutins. Crypto Crossfire says, I think it's only up from here, along with the capitulation that we're going to see along the way up. Yep, maybe. Yo, what's up, Hex a lot? Just follow Richard. He's the OG. It's Grab says, I sacked all that ICP trash to PulseX. Cool. Probably smart. Atropa has rising wedge, John Green says. So I'm waiting for one more dip on it. Bam. All right, good. I think it's still in a buy zone. Crypto Crossfire says, same old vision in general overall crypto market. I do recall DCC, dollar cross crypto, mentioning way back sometimes at PulseChain, Hisam was going to lead the charge in the next bull run. Yeah, I think we've all said that. Yeah, that's why we're here. I wouldn't be here if I believed it. I would go to the chain that is going to lead the charge. The reason I'm here is because I believe it's going to lead the charge. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Like, I'm not here because I'm not a team guy. I'm not like a cult guy. Like, you know what I mean? I just think the opportunity is the most here. And I also think I came because I thought Richard Hart had a plan. And I still think there's a plan, you know. And so, good. I didn't know they were that bullish. DCC was that bullish on PulseChain. So, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know there were that many bullish people. I mean, I guess we'll find out later who's really bullish, right? We found out over the last 6 months. You find out who's bullish during the bear. Like, you know, if you want to know who was into PulseChain, you just got to look and see who was making content during this period. If you see people who are making positive content about PulseChain since the beginning of 2026, those are the people who are the real believers in PulseChain in terms of like KOLs. If your KOL is trash talking PulseChain and Hex here in this period, that means from January till now, not now, but like maybe January till June, if they're trash talking, they're not a believer. All right. So, you know, I don't know, Coffee was bullish, Somi, me, I don't know who else, but yeah, there was a lot of people, like I said, I unfollowed and blocked because I was like, these people, you know, who were full of shit. Inflation in general, let's see. Yeah, OG Hexkins, they own scary amounts of Hex. Yeah, that's what I've heard people talk about. I didn't realize that Johnny had a combined almost 300 million Hex. Like, holy fucking God. And they don't. Do they do a lot of like bullish stuff for the chain? Waiting for 0.004 on a Tropo, 200 million. Oh my, painful. Sup fam? Big sort of clip somewhere. Incoming Black Swan maybe. Yeah, you guys should click join down below if you're really interested. We're gonna go. I need to get to a members video pretty soon here. We need to cover some stuff and recheck my thesis. Ink for the Win says, worried about next year when early 5.5 stakers can end stake their mental stacks. RH will absorb a lot of it, fingers crossed. Huh. No, 5.55, dude, 5.55 is like the earliest ones are like 2034. And end stake. I get you. They can early end stake. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, that could be a shit show. Ink for the Win. How do you know that he has that much PX and EX? Cookie, you can track wallets if you didn't know. Yeah, you can. Ink for the Win, can you be sure that those are his wallets? So, yeah, how do you know they're his wallets? That's a good question. It's a fair question. All right, I'll look at Doge while Ink for the Win thinks about the answer to that one for Cookie. So, let's take a look. Yeah, man, we're down here. Good. I'm going to go ahead and delete these old little draw squiggles. Squiggles. It did come down, though, like I predicted. This line breaks, and we're going into here. I mean, to be honest, if I were just a guessing man, I would think that there's a lot more, not a lot more, but it would make sense for this to drop through here like this. maybe, I don't know where exactly, but give the market a good scare, maybe like this, before we, do something, right? Could even come a lot lower, right? That would be the proper thing to do. Yeah, that would be the proper move right there. Because it'd be too easy if everything just held at support in crypto. It'd be really nice, but the real test would be to break this, send this shit all like as low as they can get it, maybe down to there, I would like 1.5 cent, and then bring it back and see who's still holding on at that point, right? So, a lot of this is macro based too. I think this is a bellwether, but if you were to ask me, like, sure, we could get a rally here, but, could also get chopped. But, and I think that this down here can quite easily break. Okay. And it would make a lot of sense for me for it to break. Okay. I guess you can probably. Look at where I drew that too. Like, how perfect. Like, look at that wick right there. I just eyeballed it. I didn't even know there was a wick there. Fucking amazing. My powers are becoming. Incredible. Just good instincts. Trained him. That's my target, 0.016. Atropa has rising wedge. Single vision. I do recall. Where are we at? Let's go look at BTC really quick. Okay. Oh, it broke. Okay. A little bit. Broke. Okay. Damn, I was fucking gonna put a short in. Fucking. He'll come back for retest. He's a token he launched and pumps that. Wait. Ink for the win. Can you be sure? Yes, you can. Ink says for the win says you can. Wigwam Sam says still never managed to get through an interview with Johnny Gobshite. Right. What? He has a token he launched and pumps that token with his bull post. You can see his main wallet he uses to do it. Johnny Chaos has a token. What's the token name that he has? I didn't know he had a token. And why would you need a token if you have 300 million hex? Shouldn't he just bull post hex? The OGs are a funny group, man. They're a weird group. Sorry, no offense. I'm sure there's some watching out there, but y'all are weird. It's like his own stable coin. What's the name of it? Lost in the Pulse. Wolf, if you were to pick a core token whose success could put again PulseChain in the talks of crypto, which token would it be? Oh, I've said this a million times. Hex. I think it's tough when I don't know the size of all the wallets, but it'd be the ultimate marketing is Hex pumping like crazy. Just think about it. It's the most hated token in the in all of crypto history, in all of investment world is Hex. All right. All you got to do is make that win, and everyone is talking about you. But let's say we put in a consideration that the bags are too big. Okay, they're probably bigger than I realize, and he doesn't want to do that. So let's say he has some cap on it, like he pumps it to all-time high, and maybe it goes higher, but it doesn't go a lot higher. Okay, let's say it's possible, but it's the most impulsive on the way there. That's enough to get people raging, right? You need to get Hex to all-time high, but let's say it underperforms. Let's just like have this talk. Let's say it's the first one, it does the most X's, but once it gets to like 55 cents, it slows down dramatically, and it goes higher, but that impulsiveness dies out. And it actually does a lot lower numbers than we think for whatever reason. Okay. Like, because a lot of people have too much. I don't know. Let's say that was the case. My next choice would possibly be it's a tough one, bro. It could be Ink, man, because of the fact that it is incentive token and he may have a lot of plans to, bring interest in on the chain, because when you have something like that where people can farm and there's a lot of incentives, people love that in crypto. I know they do. Okay. not everyone wants an exchange token. Not everybody wants the privacy, cares about the protocols, but they love that they can like do a little something on the chain and get rewarded for it. People like that. It's a reward token. Okay. And if you look at like 2021 cycle and the reward tokens, the farming tokens, reward tokens, like people loved them. They all performed incredibly well. Even like there was gaming ones too that had some like reward system with them, incentives. Okay. Right. There was a few famous ones, right, that did in unbelievable numbers because people like that. They like that they're being rewarded for their little bit of work, their little menial tasks they do. An incentive token allows that to happen. So there may have some, I think there may be something for it. And dude, I think it's going to do incredible. Like people will love PulseX and Atropa, that's not core, but and ProveX too, of course. All right. But I remember from just human behavior from 2021, how much people enjoyed getting rewarded and incentives from like certain like farming tokens and all these little ones. Like they just, people love it. It like strokes you back, right? You do a little thing and you get something back for it. So I think it could be a real big, like one of the biggest surprises. Look, man, I've been super bullish on Ink since early days. Back in my early videos, the bottom of the videos always had a scrolling ticker that said PDI, Ink, and Atropa on every one of my early videos at the bottom. Those were my three like biggest plays, and they still have been. So, yeah. Like Hex, maybe it gets the most impulsive out of the gate. That's another thing to think about. That it doesn't have to do the most Hex, it's just to get people talking the most, but maybe it does slow down later because, you know, there's bags with like 200, 300 million. And why? Hope that answered your question, buddy. And Cookie, that's a wallet that we know. Imagine inside wallets must be ruthless amounts. Ooh, that's true. Ink for the win. Like, damn. Why is he doing? Is he do a lot for the chain? I hope he does. Some of these OGs, like I barely know anything about them. They're like, they don't do much. They're just sitting around waiting for us to pump their bags, I guess, or something. What the fuck? I have a $50. I have a corner shop mic, pawn shop mic. Adam says, Grand Inquisitor Sistro just posted about the biggest PDI holder dumping cores looks brutal. Oh yeah, tell me about it. A PDI holder dumping cores. I mean, that's not shocking, right? But I do need to get to the members video soon. We got a lot to talk about, guys. We got a lot to talk about. Somebody asked about Atropa. We'll just look at it really quick. It's fine. It's still holding good. Still holding good. No problems with it. Looking good. Gobshite, Lowell, Northern, Bolt. Yeah. STM? STM, what's that? STM sounds familiar. I'm not scaring. You should just be aware. Are you guys still talking about the wallet sizes? Who do you count as OGs? I was in Hex from day one. Then you're an OG asset, Thunder. How big are your wallets? Give Ink for the win your wallet addresses so he can track them. You're Hex OG, and it's Ink for the win's responsibility to track all the Hex OGs, buddy. And you're one of them. He's smart enough to milk Hex to the top, not max clipping. Interesting. Interesting. I want to go buy more eHex now that you mention it. Indeed, good to know. Adam says, Shib and Pepe outperformed Hex. Shib and Pepe? Okay. Which Pepe? Let's go look. Let's go. I have it right here. I have it saved. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Okay. Is it Pepe Pulse? You're talking about this one, right? You're talking about... You're talking about this one, right? Okay. I mean, that's a pretty serious scandal. What's wrong with my ruler thing? I had trouble with this the other day. Like I grab it and I pull it. What? It's like talking to me in bars. It's not giving me the percentages. The cores will all go up together. No need to be scared because of huge bags. It's just a ratio shift between cores. Will outperform time frame and the other. Yo, what's up, Hex Wizard? How you doing? OG streamers that just run their mouths like they're special or something. Acid Thunder, not guys like you, the OG streamers that just run their mouths like they're special. Oh man, that's funny. That's why so many people are in maximum pain. Mr. Wizard. Hex Wizard 369. Farlutines, I get you. I guess running their mouths goes with territory though. Look at XRP. We were on XRP. You want to look at XRP? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go to. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Nice. My target's 95 cents for XRP, so right in there. Holding 200 million X is doing enough, to be honest, if you don't sell. Adam, Hex Wizard says, hope you're doing well. STM is his weird token. Okay, let's go look. I don't even know what this is. You guys don't tell me anything, man. STM. The hell is STM? Surgical trainers. Okay. What the fuck is this? It's a stable coin. Ah, he made a stable coin, I guess. Correct? Okay. All good, kind sir. Happy to be in the good company. I think it's yeah. I think I understand what this is, or what it's for. You guys are just smart. You guys should figure it out, right? If they launch their own coin, but still bull post hex is one thing, but most dipped out and are on hiding. Yeah, that's not that cool, right? You think PLS is on a pump and dump or reversal? You know, it's tough to say, man, because it's heavily as very strong market maker hands. That being said, I mean, a reversal could make a lot of sense here. You know, a pullback, okay. I mean, I guess this could be like a fifth wave. I don't know if this, I don't know if that matters as much here. I mean, it would make a lot of sense. I was kind of noticing, like, you look, when I flip it over, it makes sense why this area would be where we would have gone to. I had a line here. I was already eyeing this target because it's a retest, okay, a really important place. So, wait a minute. Where? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it would make sense to get a pullback here. Okay. But, until this line is broken, it this could still remain in an uptrend. We don't know yet. On Ethereum from launch, do you think PLS? PLS. Sorry, I was looking at Hex, right? I mean, I think same thing applies here. Wolf, you should ditch the deck screener watch list. P Bank got it all. Like this? Okay, send me a message on Telegram, or I'll look it up. P Bank, or send me a DM because I'll forget when I get out of here. If you want me to look at it, or Deerslayer, if you remember, hit me up about that. He says look at P Bank. Is there a better way to do this? Remind me about that. What's up, Toto? Photo? How you doing? Check the. I don't. What does that say? Are you shilling? What is that? I don't even know what that is, brother. Dr. Dogie, what's up, Odom? Do you still a believer in PDI, sir? You think we will see at least 10 cents in the near future? I think it'll get to 10 cents. I've talked about that. I think it could easily get to $1. I don't think that's a problem. It was never a problem. Even way back when we talked about it back in the day of 2023, 2024. All my PDI videos are private, but we talked a lot about how, like, you don't need to worry about it right now. Like, is it going to peg or not peg? That's really the thing. Like, it could get to $1 and go beyond. And we did streams with Pedro. We talked a lot about that. There's like such a big mania around it. It could go well past it. And that's what matters right now, Smash the like button. And that hasn't changed for me either. It's still, I still hold my bag, still bullish, and I think it could do some crazy numbers. I'm not that concerned right now about some other things right now. OSTM Giants coin, the price stays stable. I think he warns from LP. Says Havmea. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ink says, Ink for the Win says, yeah, stablecoin until he's not having a good day. Johnny's from the old school. Earns. Lost in the pulse. Terra Luna had Anchor protocol giving yield in dollar. So maybe PulseChain would have a protocol giving yield in ink. Yeah. Yeah, it could be. Prank is pinned in the group. P-Bank. Is pinned in the group? Okay. It's pinned. Okay. All right. Just drop it again in the thing. Oh, yeah, I think I remember something about that. I just get caught up with other shit, bro, and like I don't remember. Shamelessly shilling. Cool, bro. If there was no mint function on PDI, where do you think it could have gotten to? I don't know. No. You're not baiting me into the PDI thing right now. Is this a member stream? Member stream's coming up. P-Bank ecosystems. All right, pups. Fuck, how do we almost go 2 hours? How's this happen? Smash the like button, everybody. I love you guys. Pay attention. Amazing stuff. Tell all your friends that told you that RH sucks and the ecosystem dead and blah, blah, blah. Tell them to all fuck off. There's life in these charts. I hope you guys get it and see it. There's nice structure here. Everything's great. And we're going to grow through all the altcoins with the members here in a little bit. And I'll go over my thesis from before. So everyone who's a member, give me like 15 minutes. I'm going to put up the link to the stream and we'll go through it all and see what your favorite altcoins are up to. Everybody else, smash the like button. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely, even if you don't join, I hope you get a lot of alpha here. I know we didn't get to do a ton of TA tonight. We answered a lot of questions. Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin things. I think tomorrow is going to be a really big day with the CPI, August into midterms. I think there's a lot to talk about, so I'm going to talk about that with the members. And my thesis from last week still stands, and I'm going to update you guys on that. And yeah, if you want, you can take profits. It's not everybody has to. You could just accumulate and you just hold it. You don't worry about the pumps. You bought at a good place. Maybe this pulls back, you buy a little more. You don't need to get caught up in like, okay, I need to sell, and then oh no, it's going up again. I just sold. It's you can just buy, because when the time comes, the bull run comes, you'll see the gains, but you just hold the bag. You just have to be patient. Right, so you don't need to get caught up too much in the up and down. Those of you guys who are trading, click join down below, and you see these pumps are pretty serious, and it's gonna have a pullback. That's just as serious. Okay, that's how it goes. Thank you guys, man. What the fuck just got here? And remember to like and share everyone who's talking about Hex and PulseChain and stuff you like. Like, even if you don't necessarily follow them, like this video. Go like other stuff you see, because it's going to be shared out there, and people are going to go. Even Eric had to post. He was like, okay, these guys look like they could be setting up the spring for what's coming, right? So this is good stuff, and you want more people sitting back there in crypto who see, because so many people are liking posts and resharing and stuff, that it pops up on other people's streams on their feed, and it pisses them off because they go, I thought Hex was dead. I thought PulseChain was dead. What the fuck? Why is it up 400%? Da, 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? So this is good stuff. Good stuff's coming. Good stuff's coming, man. Go. All right. You guys will talk soon. And members, we'll see you in a little bit. I think this is an important stream. It's an important week. So I'll see you guys in 10:15. All right. Peace.